Hi and welcome to Ali Lives Well on Less. I'm Ali, an early retired teacher currently living well on my small teacher's pension. And this is Luna, who is in a bit of a huff, and you will see in the video why. So today I thought I would do a wee Wardrobe Wednesday where I would share with you my shoe collection. And my shoe collection used to be a lot bigger. Over the years I have curated it down, and also as I've got older I can't wear things like high-heeled and fancy strappy shoes anymore, like most of us, especially people like teachers and nurses and people who are on their feet all day long. You get these pesky things called bunions, and I do have the beginning of a bunion, so I am very careful about the shoes that I wear to be comfortable. And before I start the video as well, I just want to say that all the shoes that you see, unless I say otherwise, were bought when I was working full-time and I had a decent salary and I could afford to spend a little bit of money on my shoes. So I have some shoes that I keep upstairs, and I have some shoes that I keep downstairs in the kitchen because they're the ones that get used most regularly, mostly for either walking the dog or just nipping to the supermarket, or if I'm in and out of the garden. So you're going to see my downstairs shoes first, and then we'll come back upstairs and I will show you the shoes that I keep upstairs. I am getting rid of some of them, so my collection is going to get even smaller. So these are the shoes and boots that I keep down the stairs, because these are the ones that I pull on most regularly when I'm going outside. Luna is very confused by the fact I've got the camera on the floor. Right, bring this way, thank you. So I have my Fly London boots. They were a gift from my mum last Christmas. These are the comfiest boots, and lots of teachers wear these. And in the past I've had a red pair and a black pair, but currently I have a dark brown pair, and they do go with just about everything. I've got my little half welly boot for going out into the garden when the grass is wet to deal with Miss Luna. I've got an old pair, this is my very last pair of running shoes. These are now gardening shoes. Shows you how old these are, because I have not run for many years. These are what I generally wear all the time. They are Skechers. They are pretty much Van knockoffs. They're comfy-ish, but they're not particularly supportive if you want to go for like a power walk. These are my hiking walking boots. Thank you, Luna. These only come out when the weather is icy and snowy. And I keep a pair of flip-flops. These were actually from my son and daughter-in-law's wedding last year. And they live there because they're useful for nipping out into the garden when it's summery and the grass is dry. So one of my 2020 goals as far as my wardrobe was concerned was I was not going to buy any new clothes unless they were second-hand or gifted. And you've seen the past videos where I got some clothes gifted from my lovely mum, who was clearing out her wardrobe. And I was only going to buy new underwear, which I did in March when it was my birthday. I treated myself to some new Marks and Spencer's underwear, and shoes. Now, shoes I will buy second hand if they are hardly worn, but otherwise, yeah. And this year I have bought one pair of shoes, and you're going to see them and I'll explain why. Otherwise I wouldn't have bothered. So I'm going to show you my my shoe collection first, and you'll see why Luna's in a huff. So we'll start at the boring end, colour wise, and then work our way up. And and I will explain why I have these shoes and why I love them. And Luna is not happy because the shoes are on her bed. Okay, I'll take them off now. So she's settled on the bed beside me now, so we'll see how long we get. So, starting with the boring shoes, these sandals, I think they came from my mum. I think she's worn them once. You can see there's one mark on the sole, but other than that, nothing fancy, nothing special, just comfy sandals for the summer. And yeah, they'll just go back into my wardrobe for next summer. I do have a pair of All-Star Converses. I did wear these to work. To be honest, I don't find them very comfortable. And at one point I have dropped makeup on both of them. So I need to decide whether I clean them. I believe toothpaste cleans white canvas shoes. Otherwise I may donate these. I'll see. I'll try giving them a clean first, and if not, I find them just very flat and not very supportive. Now these are hotter shoes, and ladies of a certain age will know about hotter shoes, but this sort of Mary Jane style, I used to wear these to school in the warmer months. They're actually nubuck sweaty type leather, so they're rubbish if the weather is wet. But these are neutral and they go with everything, and they are so comfy. I love these. So remember that, and then I'll show you something else in a minute. So coming on to a pair that I did buy these brand new, and I'm getting rid of these because they're not comfy for me anymore. These are Irregular Choice. They used to have a big bow on the front that I took off. I've probably devalued them, but they are Irregular Choice, and they do make really unusual, funky shoes. And I've had these for, well, you can see they've been worn because the sole should be all that colour. But yeah, loved these shoes. I got a lot of compliments wearing them. They've got a different pattern on the back. But yeah, they are now too narrow for me, although they do have that nice roundy toe, but I can't wear these all day now. I used to be able to, but not anymore. These were not the most comfortable of shoes, but I loved them. Little kitten heel. These are also Irregular Choice. These are called Blythe. I don't know if that comes up on camera or not. Yeah, I used to wear these to school as well when I had on black trousers, and I do remember going for, in fact, the time I got the job in my last school, when I went to the interview for the job, I had on a very plain black trouser suit with a pink top, and I had these shoes on. And afterwards the head teacher, and I had purple hair at that point as well, and afterwards the head teacher commented that she loved my choice in shoes. Getting rid of these. So both these and the other Irregular Choice shoes, I still have the boxes. So I'll put them in boxes and I'll donate them to my nice charity shop in town that sells really nice, the really nice clothes. So this is a pair of the hotter Mary Janes that I did buy these this year. Now, these are the exact same as my more neutrally ones, but these do not come up for sale very often. And in fact, when I can't remember, because those I bought years ago, but I did go on their waiting list to get notified when these would be back in stock. And I honestly waited months and months and months. And I think around my birthday, so we're talking March, April, I got notified that these were available to pre-order. So I wanted a pair of red shoes because I like red. And I ordered these way back March, April time, definitely, and they did not come until July. So I think they were made to order. I think they had to be, yeah, I don't know if they are right now, but they weren't available in my size on the website. But they're slightly wider. They're not extra wide, but they're slightly wider, and these are so comfortable to wear. So they came in July. I've never worn them. I'm keeping them for good, but they will get worn throughout the winter, I'm sure. And these are I think these are my most expensive item. Yeah, I think apart from the dress that I wore to my son's wedding. These Doc Marten boots are the most expensive thing I own. They are a beautiful, I don't know if it picks up well on camera, but they are a bluey purple colour. They are the classic 8 eyelet Doc Marten boot. These ones I know for sure were made in England. Doc Marten there's quite a bit of controversy about the authenticity of Doc Martens now. They have factories overseas and apparently the quality is not as good. So only 1% of Doc Martens actual shoes and boots are made in the UK, made in England, and these ones are. And that makes them more expensive. And these now, I was with my ex-partner in London, in Camden, and I think these were about £230. And I paid half and my ex-partner paid the other half as part of my Christmas present that year. But these, they look brutal, but they are so comfortable. And I did wear these to school, I did wear these to work, and I could wear them all day, no problem. Only issue is it does take you a little while to get in and out of them because of the laces. So they're not shoes that you can take on and off in a hurry. And I flippin' love these. These and my fly boots are my favourite shoes. Closely followed, I think, by my red Mary Jane style shoes. I think they'll become a favourite quite soon. And that's it. That's all the shoes and boots that I own, apart from my slippers. Ugh, these are my Marks and Spencer slippers, and my youngest son gets me a pair of slippers every year for my Christmas present. That's just our thing, and they are so comfortable as well. So I hope you found that interesting and useful. Going forward in 2026, as I start making my own clothes, I will keep in mind what shoes and footwear that I do have. And then when I'm modelling the things that I make, I will be able to show you them with the shoes or boots that I intend. Now, none of them are high fashion. I mean, Doc Martens are classics. Mary Janes are classics. I just can't wear fancy shoes anymore. There was a time when I used to go to a lot of functions that needed beautiful evening dresses and very high heels, strappy shoes, etc. But those days are long gone. For me, it's all about the comfort. And if they're comfortable and I can make them a little bit quirky, then that's even better. So I would say that probably sums up my so-called fashion sense. Comfortable with a little quirk. So Luna is quite happy now. And she's happy that I've put my blanket back on the bed. She loves this sort of waffly blanket, and I've spoken about that before. So she's lying on her blanket in the wee patch of sun that is coming round. So thank you for watching all the way to the end of this video. I'm hoping that it stays dry for the next hour or two, and then I'm going to do something really exciting, and I'm going to cut the grass, hopefully for the last time this season. And then that will be the end of my gardening stuff for the year around Nugget Pod. Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video, and we will see you again on Foodie Friday. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.